Mark Duda with us here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol and Janelle in the Takeaway Kitchen. And Coach, a pretty darn good weekend against Nassau Community College. Let's talk about what went well. It seemed like a lot of things did.
Yeah, it was a great day. You know, we had over 600 yards offensively and did a great job defensively as well. They were a good football team, we thought, coming in, and it was 42-14 at the half. So we really did a great job, and I think we played up to our expectations for the first time this year. I hope we continue to rise to our opponent like that.
You get to one of those games that's kind of lopsided, you got to start thinking, okay, second half we're going to do this. The guys have to try to stay up. You have to try to stay away from not relaxing too much with injuries. Talk about the mindset from the coaching perspective on what you do in a game that sometimes could get away.
Yeah, it is. You know, especially when you don't expect it to get away. You know, we thought that would maybe be a 1 or 2 touchdown game at the most. So when we got up like we did, I think, you know, we walked out with our starters in the third quarter and played those guys for a little while. And then got some really valuable experience for the younger ones because we're going to need them. And so for our purposes, it was a great win in that regard too.
Let's head over to the defensive side of the ball and all the positives that happened there, guys that stepped up over on that end.
Well, Dillion Harris, the guy you're going to meet here in a second, you know, picked the first pass off of the half and went 40 with it. Took it down around the 10-yard line, which got our offense up 14-0. So that was a huge defensive play. And we had 10 sacks in the ball game. From all different people. So they really couldn't throw it. And number 5, who was a great player for them, our speed kind of negated him a little bit. And so they ended up at 171 yards throughout the entire ball game. And we really did a good job defensively.
You talked about the 600 yards offensively. Let's talk about our offensive guy we're going to talk to.
As you know, Kel is a tremendous guard from down in Virginia and dominated every block he had during this one. So we thought they had 2 good interior people. But he did a great job finishing his blocks, and we ran for 3-something and threw for like 300.
Let's talk about the breakdown of you guys when you talk with your guys each week. So how many hours are you spending on film with your guys, positionally, with your position coaches? Take us through a typical, either a Sunday or a Monday, or when you guys get after
it. We bring them back on Sunday, 11 o'clock on Sunday. We meet, we go over the game that we just did. We grade that film. And then so that's about an hour and a half. And then on Monday we install, which is about an hour and a little bit as well. So we install what's going to happen. Now today is our first meeting of the week. And we'll meet today and tomorrow and Thursday. The difference is we have some electronic meetings. We're at the point now where Huddle allows us to make some comments, some block comments for these guys. So when they're in a room or between classes, they can actually get more knowledge on the teams as they do that. So that's something different, new.
Let's talk about this weekend's opponent, Erie. Talk about where you guys are headed and what you know about Erie.
Well, Erie's 4-0 also. They're 23rd in the country. And it's Orchard Park, New York, right across the Bill Stadium. You can throw a rock and hit it. So, you know, we're going to travel up there on Friday, a 5-hour trip, and, you know, we hope to be victorious and just keep on making our ascent. You know, we want to move as close to number 1 as we possibly can. So every day's big for us.
Yeah, being number 6 in the country, let's talk about how you feel like the guys are handling. Obviously, as a coaching staff, you guys know what you're up against, being nationally ranked for years. But as far as a new set of guys, because every year we're turning over 50, 60 guys.
Oh, God. You know, we don't get an opponent that's not up for us. There's no such thing. All right, so Lackawanna has the dubious distinction of every game being the big game for the team that they play. So they're not going to get a down effort. They're not going to get a lack of effort. They're going to get a full effort from every team they play. That's important for us to understand that. So if we practice well tonight and tomorrow night and Thursday night, then we'll do well Saturday. But if we ever slip back to being an ordinary team, one of those teams would knock us off and never want to win another game the rest of the year. It'll make their season.
Mark Duda, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Congratulations on the win against Nassau. Best of luck this weekend up at Orchard Park.
Thank you, John.
Dillion Harris with us here on the John Mendola Show from Lackawanna College, part of the Falcons defense. And Dillion, let's talk. You're one of the linebackers. This is a pretty darn good defense.
Yes, sir.
Take us through what this Falcon defense is about this year.
We're about speed, physicality, intenseness. We rally to the ball. That's one of our best attributes. We all, game tackle up. So, yeah.
Let's talk about you as a linebacker. What is your skill set? Talk about what you do that Coach Duda likes over there on the defensive side.
I'll say I'm a pretty dynamic linebacker. I have speed, size, quickness. I'm very versatile. They can put me on the inside or put me on the outside and rush.
We talked to one of your fellow teammates last week, one of the linebackers, and there's some nice guys in front of you that help keep the blocks off
Yes,
you.
sir.
So take us through those guys up front, and what's your perspective on how they're playing to make you linebackers make plays?
Definitely. We got Savion Williams, who's currently committed to Tennessee. We got Chima Dunga, who's our nose. And we got Tariq Smith over on the other side.
But who are the guys that are playing alongside you at linebacker?
Andre Blackett, he's a middle linebacker, and then we got Marvin Parker at the other outside linebacker. And we're all very fast. That's what we set the tone, and I feel like that's our best attribute on the team is speed.
If teams are even fortunate enough to get through that first line or the second line, and you guys, those guys in the secondary, they'll come and hit you too. You guys are pretty fortunate with the secondary.
Definitely. As you know of, Jaquan Brisker is committed to Penn State. He's a heavy hitter. He actually came down on one play, hit number 5, and he ended up out for the game on one of the plays. So yeah, teams better watch out for him.
Let's talk about the challenge this week. What you saw on film on Erie, what you know they can do, and how you guys are going to try to defend them.
Erie's a good football team. Decent line. They got some good size. Decent receivers that can catch the ball. They got the QB that can run a little bit. So we're going, same attack as last week. Shut down the QB, shut down the line, and the rest will take care of itself.
Let's talk about your experience at Lackawanna College. What's it been like to be under Coach Duda, to get to know guys from all across the country and kind of get your feet wet and get ready for that next step for you?
Definitely. I'll say it definitely humbled me. It humbled me, it made me have a sense of gratefulness, I would say. And that definitely put me in a better place, I would say, for myself. It put me in a better place. And it helped me focus more on my goals and where to go.
That better place is coming, so to speak. You're in a great place now at Lackawanna College at this time, but next year it's going to be Connecticut. Talk a little bit about why Connecticut and what you're going to like about being there.
I feel like when I reach down at UConn, I'll be able to take over right away. I'll be a team leader, and it's at home. It's hometown hero, family's there. I'll be able to play in front of my family and friends. So.
Yeah, it's a great story. I mean, as you say, you get a little bit of humbleness here at Lackawanna College, but going back home to play some football at UConn, going to be a great opportunity for you.
Definitely.
Great to catch up with you. We wish you the best the rest of the year.
Definitely. Thank you.
Kelvin Watts with us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Lackawanna College football. And Kelvin, you're part of that big, bad offensive line, and it's been pretty good this year. Take us through how you fit on the offensive line with some guys around you.
Yes, sir. I'm the left guard, and I think I'm the meanest on the offensive line. I feel like I set the tone for get everything going and just try to kill everybody. So that's why I think everybody just behind me doing that.
I know on one side you got a Penn State commit, but we could go up and down that line. There's guys that are probably going to go all over the place. Take us through some of your teammates and what each one has as an attribute on the field. This guy's going here, or this guy's doing this. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we got left tackle Darius Tisdale, who's really good, real quick kid, strong kid, and just plays like that mean and just he plays hard regardless. And we got Jerome Brown in center. He plays hard just like me, just mean kid. We got Robert Mitchell, mean too, nasty kid. We basically the same player, but we like cut off each other on different attributes. And then we even have a tight end who is really good, James Stanley Jr. And he really good too. So yeah, we got the players.
You guys get a nice mix of Coach Pardini, who's kind of a fired up kind of young guy, but then you get Coach Duda, who's could still bring it. I mean, there's no doubt he's a physical specimen in his own right. Talk a little bit about what it's like being coached up by guys like that.
Coach Pardini is a great coach, man. He got my technique way better since from high school, and he showed me how just keep playing and just go through adversity and not think so much. And then Coach Duda gets you fired up before every game. You know what I'm saying? Coach Duda just his like his vibe really gets you. You know what I'm saying? He really a fired up coach and make you want to play every game hard.
Let's talk a little about, you talk about technique. What part do you think you mastered a little bit more? I know the coaches talk a lot about footwork and trying to get to that next level, how important the footwork is. Is it that? Is it something else?
Yeah, basically it's for but it's pad level more so with me because I have to stay lower in my steps and stuff like that. Because I pop up a lot. And I think I just strong out people. I gotta stay low. So I kill people.
Take us back to the high school days. Where you're from, where you played, and what brought you to Lackawanna College.
I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, but I played in Atlantic Shores Christian School behind Coach Lance. Great coach, love him to death. Behind Coach James Whitehead too. He was my O-line coach there. He really got me on that mental thing so that nobody can like get past me. Nobody better than me. So that's why I always play like that. And then my city everybody from my city really like that. So I just try to image them, and I play hard because where I'm from, a lot of people don't make it. So that's all it is.
You come all the way from Norfolk, Virginia. You wind up at Lackawanna College. What are those first couple of weeks like as a freshman? You're a sophomore now, but what's it like? All of us have gone through it. You miss home, man. Is this worth it? All those things, but somehow you fight through it and you make it through. And here you are, hopefully lining something up better for yourself.
It was. I felt empty sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I called my mom, and it was just like I ain't had nobody there with me. You know what I'm saying? It was hard being away at first, but then I got used to it. And Coach Duda always helped me, and Coach Lance and Coach Cardini was always there for me. So I just kept working, and now I'm here.
Let's talk about that next step. Do you have an idea on where it's going to be, or is it, hey man, whoever wants me, I'm going to go there and give it my all?
Yes, sir. Whoever wants me to go there and give it my all, we're going to see you really, Coach. Yes, sir. What
are they going to get when they get you? Talk about your character, who you are. You told me about being nasty on the field, but talk about trying to be dedicated in the other areas. Hey, trying to be a better student every time you go in there.
Yes, sir. That's going to get a better student every time because I'm trying to make it far. So I got to be great in the classroom. And they're gonna get the best player on the field because I'm gonna work harder than everybody. That's just who I am, what I do. So that on the field, and then classroom, I'm getting there with the classroom. Still working on the classroom. That's what it is.
Kelvin, great to hear your story. We wish you the best this weekend against Erie.
Okay, thank you.